Hey, what?
We're live.
No, it's Memorex.
Dude's
Oh.
here.
Flashback to the 80s.
And coming on.
Anne's coming on. Anne's
Look out.
not iPhone because it's just Anne today. No iPhone.
No, her husband's gone, so he can't steal the computer.
Oh, you can't steal the computers. That's all Anne's domain today. Well, Sunday Fun Day is underway. To get started, we're going to take a long walk to the front of our mats. We're going to bring our heels to the corners of our mat, or whatever version is comfortable for with on your legs.
Okay, we get that.
Okay. Old ball and chains checking in there. Anyways, angle our toes out. Let's bring some straightness to the legs. And as we bring the legs straight, let's begin to initiate a pull towards the center line of the body. Take your belly, as you pull it in, let's find some length for the vertebral column, all the way up through the spine. Let's take your chin, rotate it to the sky, and then I would like you to try to cue two things simultaneously. Imagine there's a string on the top of the head, and imagine you have a gentle push from the chin itself, and pull the head to the sky as the chin drops in to find a nice elongation through that neck of yours. Let's bring the palms, rotate them forward, draw the elbows back, and then inhale, row everything, and exhale, bend both knees. As we kind of plie down, I'd like you to keep those elbows pulling backwards and rotating inwardly towards that spinal column. And then gently stand up and serve those arms forward and draw them back and plie it down. And do this a few more times. Just find your own rate of speed. Remember, we're just warming up the body, starting to enjoy a little movement. Explore a little bit with that range down. See if you can get a little more depth. I'm not going to ask you to grow any taller than you already are. On the next rep, bring hands over heart. Step the toes straight forward. But keep your feet with that nice separation you created for yourself. Now, as you take the hips, chopping through them and drawing backwards, we're going to begin to descend the upper body, long and neutral, not flexing as we get the range up and down. Be what we feel comfortable, and then explore with it a little bit. Nice and slow movements today.
Oh, that's slow.
It's just a little.
But your slow is my fast.
Your slow is not fast.
Yeah.
All right, and the next repetition, let's hold it up. Fist out those hands, aim the thumbs at the sky, and then draw backwards the elbows. Now we're going to have a little twist. As the elbows draw backwards, we're going to open up those hands of ours. As we sweep them away and create that activation of muscle across the back, we're going to maintain that as we continue with the same exercise. You might notice some subtlety of how those shoulders are engaged a little differently as you explore the range up and down. Take a few reps. Inhaling as you raise, exhaling as you lower. Try to keep the spine nice and long as you try to find that depth. And then in the next step down, hold it down. Let those fingertips descend to the earth. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. And do that a few more times. Keeping the back in extension. Draw that booty back, walk the hands forward. Separate the fingers and have each of the tips, thumbs and fingers touching the earth. Bring some straightness to the legs as you push the ball of each big toe into the mat. Try to pull the legs back to that center line spot. Make sure you're tension-free through the neck. Proud out the chest. Give me a little prouder chest. And then as you exhale the next breath, let the upper body just fold down. Let's bring your hands and step them onto the shins. Take your elbows and sweep them forward. As you push the palms to the shin, bring extension back to the spine. Let's bend both knees and keep those palms pushing to the shins. Let's take that chin and that imaginary string on the head and activate, pulling the chin in towards the neck, proud out the chest. sink the hips from that pushing position of the palms, sweep the hands forward. Rotate the palms to face. Inhale, raise the arms. Take a couple breaths, pull long, cup the fingers and imagine you have a grapefruit in each hand, pulling out and away from the body. Raise the arms as you stand tall to salute the sun. Good morning. How are we feeling so far? As you exhale, fold it down. Let the hands alight upon the earth and step back into plank. Drop the knees to the earth. Keep the legs relatively close together as you draw the hips backwards into modified child's pose. As you inhale, come back up into all fours. Keep the hands positioned slightly or greatly in front of the shoulders. Take the hips now and push them forward towards the hands and let them descend towards the earth. Don't get them all the way down. We're still warming up the body. Drawing back, floating them back, floating them forward and down, and letting the descent be guided by where your body is and how it feels right now. Do that for a couple more reps. If your knees need cushioning at any time, we know towel's our friend, right? Right. On the next movement forward, let the hips descend to the spot where you feel most comfortable for them to be right now. And then take your torso and let it drop in between the arms. And rotate the elbows inwardly. And then push the shoulders back up and lower them down. And try that for a couple repetitions. Hold in the up position. Now, spinal flexion, the thoracic, middle, upper back, that segment that's rounded as we pull back the hips, kind of like a modified cat position, and let the hips descend towards the heels. As you inhale, extend to a flat back and float it back. Let the hips lower back down again. Push up through the shoulders and let the upper body, the torso, kind of raise and lower in between the arms. Flex the spine, cat all the way back. Let the hips drop toward the heels. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Float it forward and descend and raise. Few repetitions. Cat floating back. And let the hands now walk back and come onto your knees. Kneeling. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm in church. Hands come over heart. Now, with the kneeling, I like you to take your hips and push forward. Again, this might compress the kneecaps, and if you need cushioning, grab them. The most important part is that opening across the hip junction itself, keeping hands over hearts. I'd like you to engage that six-pack, that big, strong six-pack of yours, and begin to push the hips forward as we find extension through the spinal column. Take the hands, cup them, raise them up, arms in periphery as you reach for the sky. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, keep the arms high as you let the hips drift backwards. Let them sink towards the heels. Chest is proud. Rotate the palms with cup fingers to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, let it all fold and come down onto all fours. Cat and cow. And move slowly through the two movements. Today with sound effects, I know. And those are all thrown in for free. As we articulate the spinal column, let's hold in the up position where there's flexion in that upper back, and let the head, with purpose, not just dropping down, let it be pulled towards the earth. Pull your chin in towards your chest. Take your pubis and rotate it inwardly and upwardly so we have the maximal flexion going on through that spinal column. Spiral your elbows inwardly and reverse. The tailbone begins to rotate upward and does the back of the head. Pulling high, chest drops in between the arms that are maintaining that inwardly spiral. Let the head begin to be pulled down
And the pubis begin to rotate upwardly and inwardly and towards that belly button. Nice flexion. Fill those lungs with air as you reverse the process. And one more time, bringing it all the way through. Nice flexion. Hold that flexion. Spread the knees wide. Flip onto the tops of your feet. Keep the spine in flexion as you let the hips drift back towards the heels. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Load it back forward. Keep on the tops of those feet. Spine goes to flexion. Chin is dropped in towards the chest. Keep the spine in flexion as you lower those hips towards those heels. Inhale, extend to a flat back. And do it one more time. As we extend to a flat back, walk the hands back towards your body. Now, if you need to be up a little bit, depends on your needs, whichever is best for your body. If you can, bring the hands over heart. Try to let the hips descend. Let those shins kind of just elongate, the muscles that run through them. Enjoy that nice little stretch. That's your AT, your at, anterior tibialis. Now, some hands to earth, flip on those, tuck those toes under. And walk the hands forward of the shoulders. Nice. Now, let the torso drift down. Imaginary string and chin. Pull that neck long. Float the knees. Just an inch or two off the earth. Float forward and backwards. Now, as we ascend the body, I'd like you to drive the heels downwardly towards the mat as the hips fold skywardly. Arms are pushing the torso as it elongates because you've got control, and the heels drive to the earth to feel a nice lower leg stretch. Walk those hands back towards your feet. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Keep the back in extension and take the ball of each big toe, push it to the mat. Bring some straightness to the legs. As you release your next breath, let that upper body just fold down. Pilates style. Tuck that pelvic girdle in and stack vertebrae by vertebrae so you raise up and salute the sun. Cup the fingers. Nice. Now, imaginary grapefruits pulling on a slight diagonal, raising everything, the shoulders pulling high to the sky, keeping that nice elongation as you draw back the hips. Legs are straight. Big inhale. Powerful exhale. Fold. Walk the plank. Knees to earth, hover low. Hover high. Pull those knees up and off the earth. Reverse plank walk. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Pilates style. Tuck it, stack it, salute it. Hold it. Grapefruit pulling sky, hips pull back. Chest is proud. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Fingers at the earth, walk the plank. Knees hit the earth, hover low. Hover high. As the knees elevate, pull back the hips and walk the plank away from the dangerous side to the safe side. Pilates style, stack it and salute it. Cup it, pull it, chop it back, hold. Big inhale, pull a little more with those arms. Big, proud chest. Powerful exhale, fold. Walk it out. Knees optional. Hover low. Hover high. And pull up and back to down dog. Walk the hands back. Great job. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Drift back to giving weight to the heels of your feet. Reverse swan dive. Come back up to see everyone's happy, smiling faces. Keep those hands cupped and keep those arms pulling to the sky. Beautiful job. Now, on your next breath, let everything just relax. Take the right foot, step it forward. As we maintain a nice skyward orientation of our heel, we're going to keep a nice vertical orientation of our upper body. That heel now is going to become a piston for movement as we create length through that calf muscle by driving it towards the earth. Create a little bit of push from the front to the back to give you a little more leverage, to give a little more depth. Then use that leverage to resist the push of the foot as you come back to the toes. It's an antagonism that we're fighting through. And it's slow and deliberate. And we feel muscle resisting and enabling together, working that balance of up and down. Let's hold in the down position, remembering to push back and drive lower that heel as we extend the hands forward, hands cupped. As we push up onto, we raise the arms. And as we drive back down, we lower and sweep them backwards and opening the palms. As we come forward, we close them and raise the arms. And we do this for a few thousand more repetitions. Just sing if you're paying attention. You'll notice that this somewhat challenges balance, or may, because we're moving a couple things in a single plane, but we have to control the lateral movement too. Couple more repetitions. On the next one, hold up, step the back foot forward, bring hands over heart, and then set up the opposite side. Separation, balance, left and right, and separation front to back to enjoy a nice push. As we begin to lower and raise, it's basically the same thing on the opposite side. Front leg is pushing back, enabling a nice push down. Now you can narrow the stance front to back that allow that heel to be a little more driven towards the earth, maybe even touch it. Get that nice safe feeling, the proprioceptors of the heel, kind of getting that little touch, signaling to the body. Everything's really good, even though we're making this movement happen. Enjoy it. You might feel this a little bit from yesterday's class. We did, what are those things called, Kirsten?
Calf raises.
Calf raises. Yeah, so this is a nice stretch for that particular exercise. As we bring the arms forward and bring them into the exercise, raising the arms as we drive the heel to the sky and lowering, sweeping back. And enjoy that for a few repetitions. Try to keep that upper body as vertical as possible. It's like, I find this one a little more challenging for my balance. I don't know about you, maybe you're different. Sometimes it's just based on the size. Holding up, stepping the back foot forward, hands descending over heart, separating the feet nice and wide. Edges of the mat, maybe not as far for you. As we plie it down, keep hands over hearts. Kind of like a sumo squat. If you're more into the arts, it's more like a plie. Plie, as in ballet. All right, and as we're going to raise and lower, a few repetitions. Explore, get adventurous, see if you can get a little deeper. And then hold in the deep spot for just a breath, and then push back up. As we come down, try to take the ball of each big toe, push it to the mat. And as you lower, try to make sure your knees aren't swaying in and out. Try to keep them in line with the toes. As you raise, drive from the heel, and push back up. And do that for a couple more reps. Holding in the down position. Chopping through the hips, bringing the fingertips to the earth. Draw your hips backwards a little more and feel how that alters or affects right through your hip sockets. Now, child try, proud chest, lower a little deeper, and then bring your forearms up and onto your thighs.
Try to get a little more vertical with that upper body. Try to get the hips a little deeper. And then slowly push all the way back to stand. Shake it out. Salute the sun. Hold it back down. Step it back to plank. I saw someone grabbing for water and I didn't cue for that, so please, you know your body. Grab what you need as you need it. Now, in high plank, you're going to bring your hands and feet the same width apart, whatever you want to do. As you keep that, I'd like you to take the right knee and draw it forward to the right elbow. And then I'd like you to try to pull the knee up until your armpit. And then send that leg backwards. Now left knee to left elbow to left armpit and then back. You'll notice that the spine is going to exhibit a little flexion as you pull the knee to the pit. That's perfect. Get those rib cage muscles highly active and also feel those obliques working. Oh! Now, lower to the knees. Walk the hands out. Spread the knees wide. Back to the feet. Find their position on your mat. As we come into child's pose. Keep the arms pulling forward. Off. If you can, walk them forward. A little more. Rotate the right palm to the sky. Rotate the left palm to the sky. Draw back the hips. Let them sink a little lower. And let the forehead gently alight upon the earth. As both palms rotate back to the earth, tuck your toes and come onto all fours. Float the knees. Pull the hips to the sky. Drive the heels to the earth. Reverse walk that plank of yours. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Drive the ball of each big toe to the mat as you bring more straightness to the leg. Exhale, let the upper body flex. Stack every vertebrae that you can as you slowly arise and salute the sun. Good morning again. So many good mornings. As you relax the hands, step sideways to your mat, whatever preference you want. Bring your feet to a comfortable width. Challenge it a little bit. You want to just get wide enough with the feet where you can kind of feel those inner thigh muscles, getting a nice little pull. Now, with that, we're going to take our toes and open them slightly away. And as we do that, I'd like you to take your ball of each big toe, push it into the mat, chop through the hips, and begin to descend the upper body in extension.
Where are your hands?
Your hands can be wherever you want.
Who knew?
It's driver's choice. And then rise back up. And then we're going to find progressions. So if you want to have hands over hearts, on your hips, wherever you want, is all good. All right, as we slowly come back up, we're going to change the position of the feet and angle the toes inwardly. Nice. Now, hands make fists, thumbs point to the sky, elbows pull back, and we sweep open the arms. As we pull the center line, the legs, I like you to imagine that chop happening through the hips and begin to descend the upper body. Try to keep those thumbs aiming forward so that the palms are kind of aiming down, and keep that exterior rotation in the elbows as best you can. Try to keep that spine nice and long and explore the range of motion down as you make a couple more repetitions slowly. Keep those legs pulling center line. One more time down, holding down, rotate those back of hands towards the sky a little more. And then as you release your next breath, let those fingers descend to the earth.
Walk them forward as you draw that booty backwards. Keep the booty drawing back as we begin to windmill this side to side, slowly. All right. I know we've talked this to death 1,000 or so more times. The rotation is all through the shoulder, spinal column. Now, a lot of times we like to do spinal lateral flexion, which means we're kind of bending from side to side. Try to keep the spine nice and long. So it's not bending, it's simply rotating from side to side. Couple more reps. And then everyone meeting with the hands on the earth, we're going to take that Addams family hand little thing and begin to walk them all the way through the legs and let the upper body descend down. Flex the spine, see how low you can get to your mat with your forehead. Walk the hands back a little more. And then walk them back through the legs. And turn your toes to face straight forward, but bend both knees. We're using our hands to assist now. We have a big separation of the feet. This is going to feel a little differently. I'd like you to try to drop your hips a little lower. Now, separate your feet. Walk them out a little more so that you can make an extension. So we're going to take the left leg, extend it straight, and then we're going to take the opposite side into effect.
Then one leg straight and the other.
Bend one leg, straighten the other. You want to use Kirsten's verbiage? You want to do the class? You want to do it? I know, I'm just kidding. So right now we're doing this lateral movement side to side with the assistance of our arms and hands. I'd like you to take the right hand up off the earth and continue. And if you can, take the left hand up off the earth and continue. And if you can, bring your upper body a little more vertical and continue. Almost like you're skating from side to side. Try to get a little more vertical with that upper body. Proud chest, hands over heart. And then come back center, stand tall, and shake it all out. Oh, good morning. So, oh, good idea.
Cheers.
Cheers. Grab some water. Settle that thirst. All right. Whew, that was good. Salute the sun. Big inhale. Powerful exhale. Take it down to the mat. Gonna lay it down. Oh, lay it down. Yeah. And that does not mean nap time. Okay, just so we're on the same page. We're going to come to bring the heels to the corners of the mat.
You said lay it. You're sitting.
I know. I said lay it down. My faux pas. So sorry. We're not done working yet, ladies. Come on. Hang in there. You can do this. I got you. You got you. All right. So we have our nice little sit bones located on the mat. And we have a little bit of panting going on in Sean, so I'm going to remind you not to do what I'm doing. And we're going to get nice and long through the torso and bring hands over heart. And as we Pilates style, take it down. We basically tuck under, get that tailbone, and then every vertebrae you can slowly imprint it on that mat. And we keep that nice little bend in the legs as we rotate the thighs inwardly. Now, toes are not going to touch here because we spread them nice and wide. So we're going to articulate in and out with our thighs, just using our heels as a hinge. So we slowly rotate in. As much effort as you can get. If you can get those thighs to touch, great. If you can, just call it a work in progress and try to bend them a little closer and do a few more repetitions. And as we inwardly and exteriorly rotate through those hip sockets, try to explore the range of motion on the outer movement and try to get as much connection of the thighs on the inner movement. Try to squeeze hard and open wide. And while you're doing that, check in with that upper body of yours. Get those shoulder blades nice and flat to the earth. And then on the next rep, toes aimed at the sky. And without completely straightening the legs, you're going to bring those heels hip width apart. And you're going to take the feet and flex them. And we're going to rotate the thighs and now the toes to touch. Now, flexion of the feet is very important. So I'd like you to keep those feet flexing towards the shin. And then while you maintain that, squeeze the thighs. And while you maintain that, hollow out the belly. And while we've added those three things together, let's bring the fourth thing into play. Cupped hands with fingertips upon the earth, descend beside the body. Our elbows rotate to the earth. Chest is proud, and we got a lot of shit going on right now. Flex feet, thighs pushing together, tummy hollow, fingertips pushing to the earth. And I know, because we're great at multitasking, we're going to add one more thing. Push the heels into the earth. All right, without losing any of those other elements we brought into play, push a little harder. Try to see if you can elevate that tailbone up off the earth. It's not about that. It's more about the other four things. But push, 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 and then relax. Step the legs out. Point the toes, sweep the hands backwards, and find an equal pull of opposite directions for your feet and toes. As you bring flexion back to the feet, bring those hands over chest. As you drop the chest into the chest, vertebrae by vertebrae, you're going to peel it up and descend down and extend out. And we're going to enjoy a couple breaths. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Walk it back in for our staff pose. All right, now let's take that right foot and make a nice little four shape with the two legs. And we hold on that. We're going to take the right hand and step it backwards with the palm being our brace. Now the shoulder, if it's rotated internally, if it's kind of rounding forward, I'd like you to open up the chest, crowd it out. Keep that arm nice and long and aim the fingers backwards if you can. Now take that elbow and spiral the elbow like a clock hand moving to create more opening. As you hold on this, enjoy a nice little stretch with a proud, proud chest. And then just relax and switch out to the opposite side. Same setup, opposite side. Enjoy it. You can find that, or you may find that it doesn't feel like it's really stretching, but play around with the rotation of the elbow, the opening of the shoulder, the elongation of the spinal column, the rotation open, and you can move that hand back a little more. You can walk it a little bit to find a little deeper release into your pectoralis, your chest muscles. You know, when we sit and round in, those muscles shorten, so it's nice to stretch them out every once in a while. And as relax now, both legs extend forward. Pilates style, take it down to the earth. Take that left foot, plant it close to your butt. Take the right leg and wrap it around that left leg. Let's take a little bit of pelvic rocking. Rock it forward, backward, and rock it till you feel the low back skin connected to your mat. And when you, or try your best version of it, and when you get there, let's take the right leg and use it to guide the left leg towards the right side of your body. Try to keep the left shoulder anchored on your mat so it's not raising up. Take that left arm, which is straight out to the side, slide it along the floor. Once again, we're facilitating a nice stretch of those pectoralis muscles. Let's reach that arm straight up and then sweep it directly backwards. And then begin to open it towards a 45-degree angle. We're going to intensify this by cupping the hand and imagining that grapefruit I like to use with a string on it. And then using that to pull that angle a little farther away from the body. And then relaxing everything as we return back to our backside. As we post the right foot close to the butts. Use that left leg to wrap and guide. Keep the right shoulder as an anchor. Take the right arm and extend it out to the right. Try to use that imaginary grapefruit to pull the arm long. As we use that sweep of the right arm up and then backwards. And then sweeping away till we kind of feel that nice pull over that chest. Grapefruit pulls the shoulder, arm, everything in that diagonal direction. And then relaxing this, extending the legs all the way straight. Keeping the feet about hip width apart, roll in and out with the toes or the foots. And then just shake out the legs. Take those hands back over chests. Bring your fingertips together. Which means our hands are cupped and our elbows rotate downwardly. We're going to take our arms and use them to guide the shoulders. We're going to come up onto the right shoulder. And then we're going to roll back and rotate to the opposite side. So in essence, we are just rolling up and onto the shoulder, kind of massaging those muscles that operate through the shoulder blades a little bit. And also working some of our rotational muscles. And then coming back straight, releasing the tips, fingers, take the right hand, reach it to the sky, right shoulder lifts off the earth, right shoulder returns to the earth, and we reach that left shoulder to the sky, and then we rotate alternate side to side. Almost like we're punching the ceiling, but more we have that grapefruit pulling along the arm. Punch, pull, whatever works for you, you use it. All right, calm it. Let the arms fall down, drop the chin into the chest, and Pilates style. Oh my goodness, come all the way up. Nice job. Walk the hands forward and enjoy a nice low back stretch. As you inhale, extend to a flat back and put 90 degrees in that front leg, knee, and sweep that right leg all the way backwards. Get the couch in the way, so I'm just going to use that as a little prop. Or be able to come down onto your forearms on the left side. We're going to try to maintain nice, straight spinal orientation as we bring your right hand to your right hip. You're going to take that right hip and rotate it forward. If your arm doesn't like that, then don't do it. As we keep that inward rotation of the right hip, I'd like you to take the right knee and lift it up off the earth. Oh yeah, there we go, folks. And then lower down. And then raise it a couple more times, slowly. And then let that knee return and then walk it over, assistance or without, the opposite side. And then walk it back. You might notice over the weeks we've been doing this that you find a little progression, or you may not, But if you keep working on this, all of the small little muscles that help stabilize the hip become a little stronger. All right, let's comment, set up for the opposite side. Move back a little bit. Let me tickle your foot. Spine remains long, so we're not like lateral flexion. We have nice, long spinal orientation with hands on hip. This time, the left hip is going to rotate forward. So we're almost taking that whole torso and rotating and get that nice little pull over the hip before we begin the exercise of lifting that left knee. We want that hip rotating forward and opening the knee. Oh, yeah. Without rotating the hip backwards, because we're rotating the hip forward while we try to open the knee. All right, lower it down. I feel like I forgot to do something.
The rotation, all the way down.
Oh, yeah, sit it up and walk it. I use arms to assist, but I'm trying to avoid using my arms as I progress the strength of this movement. And I kind of fall apart, and it's okay to do that. This is just part of a progression, learning how to become stronger at these movements. Oh. On the next rotation, move it forward, step it, take your hands, walk them forward, and enjoy a nice lower back stretch. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. Walk it back into staff pose. We're going to take our little wider stance with the feet. Yeah. Nice. Oh, we playing footsies with me, girl? Don't get fresh with me. All right, nice and tall for the spinal column. Take your hands and walk them backwards. Sorry, take them backwards, open the fingers, open backwards, and then on a slight angle, start to walk the hands away so we can create a little bit of it as that bend. Nice expansion through the chest, proud chest. Walk the hands out diagonally, both walking away from that center line, but on the diagonal. Chest is proud. Keep the chest proud. Pull forward with the chest, almost like there's a sternum tied string, pulling forward the whole body. Let the fingers just drag along the earth for a little bit of friction as you pull forward to a more upright type position. Feel that nice opening through the chest. Neck is long, chest is proud. Keep rotating through those hips, closing the angle. Chest is proud. Big inhale. As you exhale, relax everything and walk the hands forward for a nice lower back stretch. Inhale, extend to a flat back. And then sweep the legs backwards. This doesn't sound like a good stretch, does it? We're going to rotate down onto the earth. Up. With our hands under shoulders. We're going to take a big inhale and powerful exhale. And now we're going to add a little bit of movement in with this. When you inhale, you're going to pull the back of the head towards the sky and out at a 45-degree angle. And as you exhale, we're going to lower towards, but not upon the earth. Inhale, raise. Exhale, lower. Pull the belly up and into the spinal column as you raise. Keep it pulling up and into the spinal column as you lower. Do a couple more repetitions. On the next repetition, hold up, plant the hands, push up onto the knees and drift the hips backwards. Let the spine flex as you go into child's pose. As you inhale, step the hands back underneath your shoulders. As we let the head pull towards the earth, tuck the chin in towards your chest, and tie an imaginary string onto the center spine and pull it to the sky. Take your pubis and round it inwardly and upwardly and float back and forward just ever so slightly. And make that longer in terms of its amplitude. Forward and back a little more, and then calm it. Bring straightness to the spine, with toes tucked. I'd like you to take your hips to the sky and walk your hands back towards your feet. As we keep inverted for a second, bring hand to opposite elbow. As we raise up, Pilates style, keeping that nice lock on the elbows. Raise the arms, salute the sun, fill the lungs. As you exhale that, let everything relax down, and then we say,
Thank
namaste.
you.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Good morning.